I'm so excited, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Madrid. We are so excited to be showing you around this city over the next few days and showing you some of the best things to do, eat, and see. Speechless. This thing is massive. We're going to be showing you some of the top spots as well as a few hidden gems here that a lot of people don't know about. Oh my god, look at that. I think this might be my favorite thing that we've done in Madrid so far. Right now we are standing in Plaza Callao, which is like their Times Square. It is the busiest plaza in the entire city. As many as 51,000 vehicles pass through these intersections, and it can hold 10,000 people at one time. There are billboards everywhere. It is absolutely packed with people. It is such a vibe. It's also right along Gran Via, which is one of the busiest streets in Madrid, and it is just a short walk to the Plaza Mayor. No trip to Madrid would be complete without visiting the Plaza Mayor, or the main square. This was first opened in 1620 by King Philip III. They have a statue in the center dedicated to him. And this plaza was the hub for everything back in historic Madrid. They would use this for bullfights, fiestas, executions, also concerts. There's balconies surrounding the entire plaza that they would watch these events from. Now they are hotel rooms that give you a gorgeous vantage point. And below, you'll find tons of cute little bars and restaurants and shops. We're not personally dining or drinking at any of them just because it is a very touristy area and the prices are higher. And if you just walk a few blocks outside of the plaza, you can find so many hidden gems with great prices and a much more local vibe. A lot of people like to go to the Mercado de San Miguel, which is right next to the Plaza Mayor. It's a historic market where you can find fresh goods like meats, cheeses, tons of little Tapa restaurants. It's a really nice atmosphere, but it is very touristy. If you're looking for more of an authentic experience, I highly recommend going to some of the other markets that are around town, several of which have now been turned into more international indoor food markets. There's Mercado and Ton Martin, but today we came to Valle, which is on the north side of town. Our first stop for the day is Migacano. You can get a lot of the traditional Spanish tapas here. They also have specialty items. So we ordered a brioche with crab and langoustine, which is crawfish, and a lovely lime mayonnaise. And we got salmorejo, which is a cold soup made normally with tomatoes, garlic, bread, and olive oil. This one uses cherries, and it has green apple in it. I'm very excited about it.
What'd you do? Did you make a mess? Oh my god. Stop making a mess.
I can't not make a mess. You know who I am. This is like a monster of a sandwich. I'm not quite sure if I should just eat it or cut it. I'm just gonna eat it. I have radish in there, some lettuce. Ooh, really good. There's a lot of traditional things you should try when coming to Spain. Sangria and paella, I think, are the first thing that comes to everybody's mind. Sangria is delicious and you can definitely order it here, but vermouth is actually their national drink. So I highly recommend trying either white or red vermouth. It kind of has like a little bit of an aperitivo anise flavor to it. It gets your digestive juices flowing, and it's really, really refreshing and delicious. It smells like a Christmas day.
It does smell like Christmas.
One food from Spain that I absolutely love is morcilla, which is blood sausage. It's kind of an off-putting thing to hear for people who are not familiar with it, but I promise it is so tasty. They add rice and spices and put it in a casing. This one does not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. Speechless. This thing is massive. We love Spanish food, but this is week 7 for us being in this country. And this is a really great international market with a lot of food to offer other than just traditional Spanish tapas. We came to a pastrami spot. We got the spicy serrano pastrami. They use a really high quality brisket for this, and they brine it themselves for 5 weeks. Look at that. Oh my. This morning we are headed to the Royal Palace with a 2-hour guided tour that we booked with Get Your Guide, who's the sponsor of this video. Get Your Guide is an online booking service that offers thousands of different experiences and tours in cities across the world. Anytime we visit a new city, we always make sure to check Get Your Guide. They offer everything from cooking classes and food tours, sightseeing and history, and we've used them in Barcelona and now in Madrid, and we always love our experiences. We're gonna have links for all of the activities, including this exact tour, in the video description below. So when you're visiting Madrid, you can make the most of your time in this beautiful city. I think the tour is starting.
I'm so excited, I'm so excited. We've been on a Bridgerton kick, so I'm like very time period oriented with this, and I feel like I'm living a little bit of my Bridgerton life.
We've learned that the palace is the largest in Eastern Europe. It is double the size of Versailles. It's almost double the size of Buckingham Palace. It doesn't look that grand from the outside. Well, I mean, it does look very grand from the outside. But it's deceiving because there's 4 levels below the ground, which is why it is one of the largest palaces. They used to have 6,000 people working here in order to make this palace be a reality. The king and queen actually don't live here today. They have a separate residence. They do come back here for formal events, but they stopped living here in 1931. We're only going to be able to film in the 2 first rooms, and then we're going to be visiting 25 other rooms on this tour, but you're not allowed to take pictures or videos there. Spain's royal palace was built under orders from King Philip V in 1738. It was built on top of the former site of a 9th century Islamic fortress. The building was built with Baroque and neoclassical designs by 3 Italian architects. It took 18 years to complete, and when finished, occupied over 1.4 million square feet. No expense was spared on the palace's design. Nearly every room had hand-painted frescoes on the ceilings, gilded in gold, and massive chandeliers. Over its 260-year history, the palace has undergone only minor cosmetic changes. It very much looks as it would have under King Philip V's rule. That tour was absolutely fantastic. We were only able to show you a fraction of what we even saw. I don't even think we saw a full 1% of the 3,500 rooms here. If you thought what we showed you was opulent, let me just tell you the other rooms that we couldn't show you were so much more grand and ornate and incredible. The amount of money and work and care that went into crafting these rooms is unreal. You definitely have to come see this for yourself. These tickets sell out really fast. This is something you want to book before you arrive, and I definitely recommend the 9:45 tour. It's the earliest tour. They open at 10 a.m. You can also upgrade to do a kitchen tour because the kitchen was a completely separate area. Downside, that's only offered in Spanish 3 times a day. Don't forget, we'll have a link down below for you to book this tour yourself. Today we came to one of the historic restaurants in Madrid. Potin is known for being the oldest restaurant in the world in the Guinness Books of World Records. It's been open for over 300 years. They specialize in cochinillo, which is a beef suckling pig that is slow roasted. It comes from the region of Segovia. We've tried it there at one of the famous restaurants, and it is absolutely incredible. We weren't able to get a reservation there, so you do want to book early if you'd like to dine there. Instead, we came to Posada de la Villa to try cocido, and it is one of my favorite things to eat in all of Spain, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's a traditional stew with all the ingredients like chicken, ternero, a bunch of different type of pork, and they put potatoes and garbanzos. They just put it in this old clay pot and cook it over coals for 5 hours. This is a really cool building. It was built in 1642. It was the old mill for this area, and it went abandoned for several years until a developer put millions of dollars rebuilding it and turning it into this restaurant, and they've done such a beautiful job. It feels like you're stepping into a restaurant from 1642. If you also want to try lechazo, they are known for that at this restaurant. It is a slow roasted lamb, which is a specialty of this region as well. We've had lechazo before, and it is magnifique. But cocido is going to be a belly buster. It is a very heavy plate. The soup, or the sopa, is the first course, and it comes with little flat noodles called fideos. This is my favorite part of the soup. Honestly, I could just have the broth. Oh, so you just get a lot of fat in the mouthfeel, but it's so light and refreshing at the same time. We're gonna have so much leftovers. This whole pot is just the first course of this, and it's at least half full. This is not something you'd want to come to order in the summertime, though. It is a very warming meal. This is typically found in wintertime. This is enough to feed 4 people. This plate is massive. We have cabbage, chicken, chorizo, morcilla, blood sausage, potato, carrot, actual bones with the bone marrow, and then we have some pieces of really juicy fat bacon with garbanzos. You can mix it with the soup if you'd like, or you can just eat it separately. Everyone has their own little method of eating cocido, which I don't even know where to begin. The garbanzos are, I think, the best we've had with cocido. They're really flavorful. We didn't even put a dent in it. It was ridiculous. I'm so full.
Yeah, dog it back though.
Yes, we're taking this home.
It's gonna be like lunch for 2 days.
We're gonna have a chipito and then siesta.
2 hours later.
Madrid has a holy trinity of museums where you can find 3 fantastic art museums that are world-renowned. We're going to be going to 2 of them today, starting at the Prado Museum. We just arrived and the line to buy tickets is literally around the building. It is massive, but because we used Get Your Guide, we get to skip the line and go straight in. And I'm pretty sure the tickets are like the same price, if not like €1 difference. Well worth it. We can't film here, unfortunately. We will be able to show you some of the artwork from the next museum we're going to. This one is known for older pieces from the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th century, and they have collections from all across the world. This museum is massive. We spent about 3 hours in there with an audio guide, and we only saw 1 floor. I would plan to spend all day, or much longer than 3 hours, because we only scratched the surface. The next museum we're going to be going to has a lot more modern contemporary artists. You'll find things like Dali, Goya, Picasso, which we really enjoyed. Nothing quite kicks off a morning in Madrid like churros con chocolate. This sweet treat is very famous for breakfast. It's deep fried dough that you dip in this thick, sweet, rich, beautiful chocolate. It is heaven. We came to an institution which is San Ginés. This has been here since 1894 and is by far the most famous spot for getting churros con chocolate. Normally you'll find a line that goes around the block, so be prepared to wait, but luckily we came around 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and it's not too busy. We were able to snag a spot. It's so delicious. Oh my gosh. I might like this one more. You get more chocolate on the surface area. I would suggest if you're not a chocolate fan, skip this dish. But if you like a sweet treat, the city of Madrid dates back to 865 AD, so there's a lot of history here. But most of the buildings that you're going to see date back to the 17th and 18th century. We're walking right now on Calle Alcalá, which is one of the most historic streets. It's also where you'll find a lot of the important monuments for Madrid, like the Bank of Spain and the Cibeles Fountain. If you haven't watched Casa de Papel, it's a fantastic show that is based here in Madrid, where they break into the Bank of Spain and the Mint. There really is a gold vault below the Bank of Spain, about 37 feet below the fountain, which holds like billions of dollars in gold. We're gonna get out of this crazy intersection and head to Retiro Park, which is like the central park of Madrid.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cup my tea. I can take what I need to get by, doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart.
Being in Retiro Park is so refreshing. We've spent now 2 weeks in the city, and Madrid and Barcelona are stunning, but they are completely cement cities, which is massive buildings, and you just don't really get much nature. And this is over 300 acres of lush trees, beautiful manicured gardens and fountains. It is a true oasis in the city. Retiro Park was actually built by King Philip IV in 1640. This was his private gardens. They had his duke purchase the land, which at the time that it was purchased made up about half the size of the city of Madrid. And then in 1838, Queen Isabel decided to make it open to the public, opening the 9 gates in the park. And you'll just find people from all walks of life. Tourists, locals walking their dogs, people having a nice little picnic, some people doing yoga in the park. It is absolutely beautiful. I think this might be my favorite thing that we've done in Madrid so far. If you're looking for a really romantic like day date, you could easily pack a little picnic, grab some jamón and cheeses and a bottle of wine, come have a little lunch here or a snack here, and then go for a rowboat ride on the lake. The rose gardens here alone are just breathtaking. Can you imagine just getting to stroll through this as your private residence?
To have been a king or a queen during those days is insane. The gardens have changed a lot. This whole area has changed a lot over the years. It used to be like interconnected waterways and canal systems mostly, and there were some areas of greenery in between. The king even had gondolas shipped in from Italy so that he could traverse the waterways. They would have plays here. What a grand time. Only for the wealthy. So really not that grand of a time.
Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all.
10 out of 10 experience. This park is absolutely lovely. Such a hidden oasis to get you away from the hustle and bustle of the city. We're now heading all the way across town so that we can get to an iconic spot for the sunset, but it's going to be a long haul to get there. There is a metro system in Madrid, but it's not the most well connected, especially compared to like Barcelona. You can also take the bus, you can rent bikes, there's like e-scooters that you can rent as well, and of course you can take a taxi or Uber. We're going to take the metro, but it will include like a 40-minute journey to get there. At least for walking through the park. I'm not mad about that. It's absolutely beautiful. We made it to Príncipe Pío, which is the highest point in Madrid, giving you absolutely stunning vistas of the city. And of course, one of the reasons it is such a popular spot for sunset. There's a beautiful park here. There's also a really cool Egyptian temple called the Temple of Dibad. This was built in Egypt in the 2nd century and it was gifted to Madrid. In Egypt, where it was located, they were building a dam and it was going to be flooded. So it was a donation. It was rebuilt stone by stone here in the city center and opened in 1976 to the public. It faces east and west just as it would have if it was in Egypt. I'm sure that has something to do with the original purpose of the temple. Oh, and another fun fact, this park has a lot of history to it. This is where the 1808 battle took place against Napoleon. There was like mass executions when Napoleon's troops came in against the rebels. This is also where the uprising happened that started the Spanish Civil War in 1936. Once again, I am impressed with the parks of Madrid, for sure. This is a lovely green space. There's a lot of people just reading, just chilling out after work. I'm really looking forward to the sunset. I think it's going to be epic. Now it's time for some tapas and some drinks. So tapas, you're supposed to move from place to place. It's actually a verb, tapear, which is to go from place to place, eating small snacks and having a drink with each one. You can absolutely go and just sit down and order a bunch of tapas at one place, but it's really not how the locals consume tapas. You're supposed to move from bar to bar, eating tapas and having a drink at each place and asking what their specialty is. There's tons of like local traditional tapas that you can order. A lot of the restaurants will put like a spin on it. For example, this place, we ordered croquetas, which normally comes with bechamel, jamon inside, and they deep fry it. These, however, are made with blue cheese and sun-dried tomato. We've never seen that before, so we had to order them. This place is known for their tortilla de patatas, but they only serve it in the morning to early afternoon, so unfortunately we are not going to taste test that. It's one of our favorites to eat. Funky. Our second stop on our tapa crawl is down at the street, Cava, Baja. There's so many different tapas restaurants that you can come to, making it a really popular place to do a tapa crawl. And most of the restaurants on the street are absolutely fantastic. We came to Casa Lucas, we've been here many times before. They're known for their croquetas, but today we got their other specialty, which is the rabo de toro. In other words, the bull tail. It sounds like a really odd piece of meat to eat, but it's actually quite tender and delicious. And it is a byproduct of bullfighting. We put it on a puree of potatoes with some olive oil and crushed up pistachios. Just as good as I remembered. Our last stop is Huevos de la Lucio. They have two sides, actually. We were recommended to this spot from our friends Carmen and Pollo. They specialize in huevos rotos, which is French fries with two beautifully fried eggs on top that you end up cutting or breaking, which is the roto. And then you just cut it and all of the juice from the huevos like kind of sops into the French fries. It's heavenly. They normally have this for dinner. This is a very typical dinner dish if you were just in a traditional Spanish home. And we ended up adding chistorra, which is a special type of sausage from Basque Country. It looks like little chorizos, but it's not. It's so simple, which I think is the beauty of it. It's our last day in Madrid, so it's our last chance to enjoy Spanish food. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not ready for it. We came to El Cogollo de la Descarga. It's a cute little restaurant, just a 3-minute walk from the Plaza Mayor, which is, I think, somewhat of a hidden gem among tourists. This came as a recommendation from our Uber driver, who has not steered us wrong so far. I'm excited.
It's like perfectly tender. Has just the right spice level. We ordered cachopo, which is an Asturian dish, which is a region in Spain. They take 2 very thinly pounded veal slices and then they stuff it with cheese and ham. So it's almost like a schnitzel and a cordon bleu, but Spanish style. And then they bread it and they fry it. It is absolutely fantastic, and this place is known for it. Oh my God, look at that. Wow. We ended up having someone watching us as we were talking on YouTube. It was like, I just want to let you know this truly is my favorite place. I'm from Madrid. This is one of my favorite places to visit. She did recommend trying the steak or any of the mariscos dishes. Also, if they have pulpo or octopus for the day, you should ask for that. So don't just go for the cachopo, although it is fantastic. And if you've never tried it, it's a great place to do so. But they have a lot more to offer here. And the owner, Miguel, here is the sweetest. He's just so friendly and brought us more desserts. So these are 2 desserts from Galicia. Both are made from almendras or almonds. It's called tejas, which is like the roof tiles they use here in Spain because it kind of resembles that. And the other one is called the Tarta de Santiago. Oh, good. But now we're off to eat.
San Fran in the house.
San Fran in the house, bro. The Hagia Sophia, or not Hagia Sophia, that's the Istanbul.
Oh my God.
Okay. I didn't understand that part. We're just gonna act like I did.